Chapter 4: The Mirror Room. The corridor stretched on, longer than Alex thought possible. Each step felt heavier, as if unseen hands pressed against his shoulders. The air grew colder, carrying a faint metallic taste, like old blood. His flashlight flickered, and when it steadied again, he found himself standing before a door unlike the others. It was tall, almost twice his height, its surface covered in carvings, strange spirals, jagged lines, and crude faces etched deep into the wood. The knob was icy when he touched it, and as the door creaked open, a rush of stagnant air escaped, carrying with it the stench of mold and something sickly sweet. Inside was a vast room with walls entirely covered in mirrors, dozens of them, cracked and warped, leaned against one another or hung at odd angles. Some mirrors were tall and thin, others small and square, but every single one reflected Alex back in strange ways. He stepped inside cautiously. His reflection in the nearest mirror didn't move the way it should. When he raised his flashlight, the reflection hesitated, then raised its own light a moment later. His stomach twisted. "Just my imagination," he whispered. But the mirrors were alive with his image. Hundreds of Alexes staring back, each slightly wrong. One had hollow black eyes. Another smiled too widely, teeth jagged and blood-stained. In one mirror, his reflection stood perfectly still, even when Alex turned his head. A chill rippled down his spine. He tried not to look, but the mirrors demanded his attention. Some showed him in places he'd never been, standing in a dark forest, sitting in a room filled with candles, or lying dead on a slab of stone. He backed away, his breath coming fast, until he stumbled into the largest mirror at the far end of the room. It was cracked from top to bottom, the fissure splitting his reflection into twisted shards. Yet when he stared, his reflection leaned closer, closer than he had moved. Alex froze. The reflection pressed its hand against the glass. Its skin was pale, veins dark beneath the surface. Slowly, deliberately, the reflection smiled. And then it tapped. A single sharp knock echoed through the room. Alex staggered back, his light trembling in his hand. The reflection didn't retreat. Instead, it began to move on its own, pressing harder against the glass until the crack widened. A deep groan filled the air, like the mirror itself was straining under the pressure. "No," Alex whispered. His chest tightened. He could feel something pushing forward, forcing its way out. The reflection's mouth opened in a silent scream, eyes rolling back into its skull. From behind the glass, black liquid oozed, spilling down the fractured surface. The sound of shattering glass thundered through the room, and Alex's own reflection began to crawl out of the mirror. Its hands were long, its nails sharp like claws. Its face was twisted, skin pale and sagging, mouth stretched impossibly wide. The creature dragged itself forward, one arm reaching for Alex, who stumbled backwards over broken shards. The other mirrors began to rattle violently. Dozens of reflections slammed their palms against the glass, pounding in unison. Their screams filled the air, a chorus of agony and rage. Alex turned and bolted for the door, his heart hammering. Behind him, he heard the glass splintering, the creature pulling itself free with sickening cracks of bone. He didn't dare look back. He burst out of the room, slamming the door shut, but the scream still rang in his ears. He leaned against the wall, gasping for breath, when he realized something horrifying. In the small shard of mirror still clinging to his jacket, his reflection was smiling.